rotate back over to the point as the time was ticking down and get a few open shots. So I think that was a mistake on their part. But after seeing that first map, what do you think is going to happen in this series?
Well, Frantic, Garpy, Kawa, they figured out what was basically losing them the game, and they changed it. So they clearly are able to adapt. If something, you know, as blatant as what was going on in Breach happens here, I think they may have enough time to figure it out and change it around. They're not afraid to do different things. So we'll see how the first few rounds go. I think Dignitas is good at adapting. Epsilon, I'm not sure. Epsilon really seems to lean on their laser a little bit more. The King and Cephas, I know, have the capability of taking an attack round whenever they want. They're kind of like the guys on Planet Express or now Curse Gaming, where you would trust any of them to take a round. But
Very true.
The King, you know, I don't really know how well they work together as a team. It's been a while since I've seen this Epsilon squad in any capacity, but I know that the King and Cephas have strong lasers. We'll just have to see if that's going to be enough to take out Dignitas EU. And the King already down to 1 armor. Huge disadvantage. Any time that he spends trying to duel with a defender is going to be wasted. So he needs to try and find that long-range surprise shot, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's down to 1 armor already. Kawa landed 2 nice prediction rockets at the start of the round. And now he's working his way up the left side, missing that shot by quite a bit right there.
Well, the fence was there. I think he actually hit the fence and didn't see it.
The fence?
Yeah.
Well, that explains it.
Whoa.
The King dodging a few rockets there, but Kawa finishes him off. So Kawa got all 3 of those rockets right there on defense. So good round by him. Now Garpy's going to have the chance to make something happen here. Interesting little drop down there. I wonder if he meant to do that. Anyway, he's going to jump over the little fence, work his way up, see if he can make something happen here.
All right, Garpy still just being patient. I'm not sure if he saw anything in Frantic's run that concerned him, or if he really took note of where all the defenders are standing for Epsilon. Epsilon did actually have a different defensive setup than we normally see on that last map, Breach, so it's possible that they're switching it up here as well. It looks like things are pretty standard there. I didn't see a defender up at that first fence. Now,
yeah, that's usually where you'll see a defender there, so they are playing a little bit differently. They're kind of playing all on one side again.
Oh, man.
Garpy with a nice shot right there. And you don't see what Garpy did at the start of this round. He went on the right side towards the jump pad. You don't see that too much. Garpy with another nice shot.
Wow.
He can maybe capture the point here, but no, he just takes him out. So Dignitas looking strong here to start off Iron Fist. They're up 2-1. They have an attacking round to Epsilon's 0. So Cephas is going to have to try to swing the momentum back in their favor here. It's not looking too great for Epsilon, but let's see what he can do.
Yeah, Garpy already taking this match into his own hands. Very, very good round there. He looked kind of like a seek and destroy missile, that first defender that he took out. He just zoomed over there, shot him, and zoomed back to try and make sure that he didn't get caught out of position. But Cephas already getting pegged twice by Kawa. Garpy finishes him off, and Kawa's up to attack now. That was a very quickly terminated attack run. Good job there by Dignitas EU. Kawa possibly going to be doing what we saw Garpy do, which is run up the right side, shoot 4 rockets, 5 rockets, you know, however many rockets he feels like shooting, basically. You know, Alex and I keep mentioning that we want to see like a rocket shooting mini game where they just fly at you at random and you have to get as many as you can.
That would be like Reflex, you know, that web game.
That could totally be.
That would be pretty cool.
A game
someone
mode.
should make someone should make a game mode of that. But on this map so far, Epsilon has really been getting shut down on attacks, and they're actually doing a pretty good job on this round on defense. Cow is down to 1 armor already. He's only got 7 seconds before the poll is open. He's going to try to just, I don't know, be patient. I'm not really exactly sure what he's thinking right now. He only does have 1 armor, so he's got to be a little careful, but at the same time, he only has 12 seconds left, so he needs to make something happen. He's got to get a little risky here. He's going to make his way over towards the point, landing 1 shot right there, so good job, but he gets kind of stuck in that little bunker right there and gets taken out pretty easily. So let's see if Xu can really start things off for Epsilon, because the first 2 Epsilon attackers really just got dominated. He almost lands a shot right there. That would have been a nice start, but no, he didn't get it. Dignitas has a pretty standard setup here on defense. Definitely more standard than the Epsilon guys. The Epsilon guys seem to play a little weird on defense. They play, at least in the last map and in this one, they've been playing pretty lopsided onto one side. I don't know if I really agree with that, because it allows the, ooh, nice shot from Xu right there. But the Epsilon's defensive style really allows you know, the opponent to kind of just look in one direction, not really worry about his flank, and it also allows the attacker to get a few open shots when they have to rotate back to the point. But X2, though, with a good start this round, is winding down in time. He's only got 13 seconds left. The pole is open. He's got 2 armor, and both of the defenders are playing at this fence. He's down to 1 armor, but he lands a nice shot right there. He's got, ooh, that was a close one, but Kawa was able to land that last rocket.
Very good shot there right before it came down to the wire. Kawa did a good job staying on the pole and not losing any confidence, losing any ability there, just able to eliminate him. But that was a great shot right before, very narrow window flick shot. So Frantic, once again, trying to be the hero for Dignitas. He did get the only, he got both attack rounds actually for them on Breach. They came from behind, they were down, you know, 1 attack round is 0, and then Frantic with 2, basically one attack round to save the game, push it into extra rounds, and the second attack round just very cleanly done to finish up the game. So we'll see if he is going to be able to deal with Epsilon's kind of unusual formation. This column that you see him looking at right now, that's why players don't play there. Because you only have lateral movement available to you, and if he comes around at you, you have nowhere to go. Unlike that fence, where you can see him the entire time, you can move all the way around it. The only real recourse he has is to try and sprint past you, but you've got, you know, the same ability he does to try and get out of the way. Over on that column, you don't really have that option, and you lose sight of the attacker. The King looks like he is just lost, getting pegged twice already. He's had to basically hustle out of there before getting eliminated, and now he's taking another stab in and gets eliminated by Frantic. So Dignitas doing a great job on defense, haven't allowed anything to slip through the cracks. All they have to do is defend a handful more rounds, 4 more rounds max, to be able to take this second map and push them into the semifinals. Yeah,
very true. And I think over at that bridge, that little pole thing, I think it's only really a good position to play if you have someone over at that left fence, the L fence. If you have, that allows you to get a little crossfire going, and you get some support from your defender over at the L fence. But if you don't have a guy playing there, it kind of allows the attackers to isolate you a little bit more and really land a shot, somewhat of an easy shot onto you. But you know, regardless of that, we got Garpy here. He's already down to 1 armor. And by the way, Dignitas has been defending so well this game. Just to point that out, none of the attack rounds from Epsilon have even really been close. There was that one from Xu, but aside from that, they've just been getting shut down. And Garpy as well kind of just did get shut down right there, but he has 1 attack round for his team, and that's really all it takes on Iron Fist sometimes. It is a pretty defensive-sided map, and now we see Kawa. He's playing at this L fence, and I think that's a good position. It is the more standard position on this map, something that Epsilon isn't doing, and I respect Epsilon for you know, not doing the standard position on all these maps, but I think they kind of need to be a little bit more creative if they want to change things up. But Cephas, though, with a nice start to the round, he does take 1 point of damage right there. And we have 2 defenders playing at that right fence, and he gets taken out by Cephas right there, takes out Garpy. Now it's going to be a one-on-one. Cephas still has plenty of time right here, Josh.
Yeah, Frantic is going to have to land a couple of rockets. You know, this may be a situation where he has to land one of those bounces first, just because time is going to come into it as well. Cephas could easily just hop on the goal and capture if Frantic wastes too many rockets. He's only able to fire 1 at a time right now if he wants to make sure that he can stop him, but no, Cephas does get the meter all the way to 100% and takes that round. Now we're at a sort of tie situation. Frantic not able to take him out. So Kawa, we were watching his defensive position first just to show you kind of why we think it's a superior position, but of course he got gunned down as we were trying to show it off. So
the casting curse.
And you were talking about how this area where Kawa is right now, and
see, look, it's
takes
just
out the King.
So easy for him to take him out when you don't have a guy playing here at this L fence.
It's true.
So I mean, that's I commend Epsilon for trying new things, but I don't know. I don't think they really thought the strategy through. If they want to play something like this, I would say that they should take that guy down from the spawn and maybe play him over at the bunker, or you know, kind of just stack 2 guys over on that right fence or something, so that guy over at the bridge can have some more support. But Kawa's already down to 1 hit point, but he could maybe just capture this point right here, and he does get it. Wow. So that was kind of poor rotation from Epsilon. Their defense is really what's been, you know, losing them these games. They've had some good attacking rounds in the first map and also this one, but their defense just seems a little sloppy. It seems like they're losing rounds they really shouldn't be. And now we see Kawa here playing at this L fence, so don't get picked off again, Kawa, just to prove our point, please. Frantic gets 1 hit onto Xu right there, and you know, he's down to 2 armor. He's And this is interesting to watch from the defender's point of view. Kawa doesn't know exactly where he is. He's probably got a good idea that he's looping around the left side here from the attacker's perspective. And yes, there he is. Xu is going to make his way up towards the spawn, but he gets bounced off right there with a nice rocket. And he's getting kind of just rushed down right there. He did get surrounded. And that's another good thing. If you don't have people playing all on one side of the map, it's easier for the defense to, collapse in onto the attacker and get a nice flank or get a good surround like we just saw right there.
Freak them out. Like, it's if you miss that first laser after you get surrounded, that's 3 seconds that they're all able to just pummel you.
Pretty much game over right there.
Yeah, so, I mean, the Epsilon defensive position, I can see the thinking there. All 3 defenders can have him in their sights, but then we saw Kawa's round where they were shooting at him constantly for 20 seconds, and he still was able to hop on the goal and capture it because they weren't able to have his back covered, essentially. So Frantic still looking for a way in, still only 1 armor remaining, so he's basically at a pretty tough road, but Dignitas being up by an attack round again, they literally just need to defend 2 more times, and they'll have the game sealed up. So
that's right.
We'll see if Frantic, Kawa, and Garpy can continue their very good defense, or if the King, who is arguably Epsilon's best shot, can try to make something happen, try to force extra rounds once again with a swift attack round. He's going to loop around the left side. So we had Kawa's view again that last attack round for Epsilon, and we saw that he didn't ever really have vision of the attacker. He saw a laser go out once in a while, but that's Garpy's job playing up by the spawn to call out where he's actually going, and they were able to coordinate it. They're trying to rush. This is risky now because the King's already eliminated one of them. He sees both of them. They basically use their entire amount of rockets to try and chase him off. He had an opportunity to take out a second defender there and force a 1v1 situation. I think they're lucky, actually, that the King was not able to gather himself and take out a second defender there.
Yeah, he should have definitely landed one of those shots on those 2 defenders in the open. They were both right in front of him, but no, Frantic takes him out right there. And another thing to be said about Epsilon's defensive style is when you're able as an attacker to have both of the 2 remaining defenders in front of you, it makes it a lot harder for them to rotate back to the point, because if you have a defender on each side, the attacker is going to have to choose one of them to focus on, and that allows the other defender to have an opening and be able to rotate back to the point. But in the case of Kawa's attack round, they just weren't able to do that, and it lost them the round. And Garpy taking 2 early rockets there, but he does take out Cephas, so he's in a decent position now. He's only down to 1 hit point though, so it's not looking too great for him. If he does win this round, he wins the whole match. So the pressure isn't really on Garpy right now, but he could close things out right here. And the point is now open. He's going to make his way towards it. They already have so they did a little bit better rotating this time. Garpy's going to make his way around left, missing that shot onto the pole. He's trying to make something happen here, but no, he's moving down towards the point, missing that open shot, dodging a couple rockets, but he does get taken out by the King. So that was better rotation there from Epsilon. And now it's all up to Cephas. If Cephas doesn't take this round, they will lose the whole match. So the pressure is on him right now.
That's right. We'll see if he can come up with the clutch attack round. Kawa jumping as that normal spot that we see from him. Garpy on the left side, Frantic on that big fence over by the goal that you can see there. Kawa already rotating back. You can see that's exactly what you want to happen. Have the attacker come up and miss that laser. You've got so much free time to just be in his face and try to peg him down. Frantic and Garpy actually were the ones who landed the rockets, but it's because of the pressure that Kawa was putting, chasing him back. So Cephas in a very, very tough position. I think Dignitas is probably feeling pretty good right now as they move into the semifinals. GG's. Epsilon loses the series 0-2. Dignitas EU moving on into the semis.
Yeah, I thought Dignitas EU was going to win that one, but
yeah, you did say it.
I predicted that one, so kudos to me.
You did say 2-1 though, so
I did say 2-1, so I failed a little bit right there. But yeah, no, that was a great game right there.
Yep. All right, so I'm Ask Joshy. This is Ryan Sickness Mitchell. We're casting the IPL 6 EU qualifier number 3. That was a round of 8 match, and Dignitas EU just secured their spot in the semifinals. The semifinal round is actually the one that qualifies a team to come out to the live event. So the next match for Dignitas EU is going to be even more important than this one here against Epsilon, and it's going to be a best of 5. We're going to go try and figure out what match we can bring to you next. We're going to take a short break right now. We'll be back on the other side with some more games.